There's Angel making sure, Caitlin, you're going to dap me up this time around. But Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark actually had some nice sequences in this game together. Caitlin and Paige as well did too, especially later in the game when those two were on the court and sharing the court together. There was even a moment where Caitlin and Angel were about to check in together off the scorers table, as you can see.
At the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal in the world. But this three, it is very, very clear that from the two games they played, that Caitlin, Paige, and Angel as a three, really good. Really, really good. Like, genuinely, really, really good.
Team USA just defeated Italy handily, 93-59. Like it was nothing, Caitlin Clark scored 12 points and provided 5 assists. With her own 12 points in clutch plays, Paige Bueckers lit up the court. Additionally, Angel Reese contributed energy off the bench and dominated the boards with 7 rebounds. The way these celebrities are dominating as a team for Team USA is driving fans crazy. There are nothing but fireworks on the ground. Everyone is excited about this performance. Will America win gold with this unstoppable trio? Please leave a remark below. What aspect of this dominance most surprised you? After defeating Italy 93-59, Team USA left the floor. However, the score wasn't the only thing that shocked me. The instant Caitlin Clark took the floor, the game abruptly altered, which was shocking. The game was not started by her. She entered the game as the 6th player off the bench. However, the game's entire rhythm changed just a few seconds after logging in. Caitlin called for the ball, swiftly moved it, recovered it, and confidently approached the basket. Almost instantly, she received her first bucket. Everyone was drawn to her intense drive because, following her injury the previous season, she had been lacking that fast burst. It looked entirely different now. Rather than settling for outside shots, she went straight into the defense. Italy found it difficult to stay ahead of her, and the crowd became louder each time she attacked the paint. Something had obviously changed. Caitlin wasn't getting back into shape with ease. Her quick, aggressive, and courageous play energized Team USA as a whole. The moment that subtly addressed last week's major issue then arrived. Following the Puerto Rico game, supporters claimed there was conflict between Caitlin, Angel Reese, and other teammates on the floor, sparking a flurry of debates on the internet. Clips began circulating across the internet, and many viewers attempted to frame them as evidence that the team's chemistry had fallen apart. However, the sequence that unfolded against Italy told a completely different story. Angel quickly passed the ball back to Caitlin in the backcourt. Together they advanced up the floor, reset the offense, and Angel cut toward the rim. Caitlin then threaded a perfectly timed pass straight into her hands. The layup attempt did not go in, yet the play itself revealed a clear level of trust between them. Not long after, Angel delivered a solid screen that opened space for Caitlin on the perimeter, and Caitlin confidently rose for a deep 3 from the left wing and buried it. As they turned and headed back on defense, the two exchanged multiple high fives, showing none of the supposed tension people online had been arguing about. Despite all the chatter surrounding them during the previous week, they appeared like teammates simply playing together and enjoying the moment. As the game continued, the lineup surrounding Caitlin began to look extremely difficult for any defense to contain. Paige Bueckers entered the flow of the offense. Kelsey Plum stretched the defense out on the floor, while Angel Reese anchored the paint while handling the small ball center duties. Add Ryan Howard to that combination, and suddenly Italy was left searching for answers. Caitlin dictated the tempo, swinging the ball around quickly and attacking whenever the defense pushed too far outward. Paige contributed effortless scoring. Kelsey continued stretching the defense while Angel fought for rebounds and delivered the screens that opened shots for her teammates. The unit played with speed and confidence, and the scoreboard gradually began to show it. By the time the final buzzer sounded and Team USA locked in the win, the main takeaway was obvious. A week earlier, the headlines had focused on controversy, but on this night the story was straightforward. Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers, and Angel Reese shared the court, backed each other up, and helped produce one of Team USA's most convincing victories of the tournament. Paige Bueckers kept demonstrating why so many people describe her game with one simple word: smooth. Every move appeared calm and controlled, even when defenders tried to pressure her. One possession captured it perfectly. The ball rotated around the court, the defense stepped forward, and Paige calmly created room before rising for a mid-range jumper. The shot seemed simple, but it was incredibly difficult to defend. The Italian bench reacted loudly, and their coach clearly sensed the pressure building as the lead increased. Italy entered this matchup with strong talent in the tournament and had already been labeled the toughest opponent Team USA had faced so far in the
over the loudspeakers there in Puerto Rico. Nate Tibbetts on the sideline did a nice job coaching Team USA today. They eliminated those hockey-style subs, much more traditional subs in this game. They started with the vets again. A bunch of the vets started, including Chelsea Gray, who started every game. But I want to give a shout-out to Chelsea Gray, who is she's so terrific. By the way, first of all, she had a great
Yet, even against the strongest roster they had faced, the American offense continued to move smoothly. Paige remained patient, chose her moments carefully, and delivered points whenever the team required them. How does a defender slow down a player who appears that comfortable in every situation? The calm tempo, the quick decisions, and the confident shooting made her presence impossible to overlook during the game. Another moment demonstrated exactly why the pairing of Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers excites so many fans. Caitlin drove the ball forward in transition, reading the defense within seconds. Instead of slowing the play, she noticed Paige cutting into open space. One bounce pass later, the ball reached perfectly into Paige's hands for a simple layup. The play appeared effortless, but the timing needed to be precise. Caitlin's court vision turned a fast break into an immediate scoring opportunity. This is exactly why placing the ball in Caitlin's hands during transition changes everything. When she accelerates the pace, the defense must respond instantly, and that creates openings all across the court. Now picture adding Kelsey Plum into that same lineup. Suddenly, there are 3 players on the court who can score themselves or create an opportunity for a teammate. Caitlin can distribute the ball or drive to the basket. Paige can cut through the defense or rise for a mid-range jumper. Kelsey Plum stretches the defense with her shooting range and quick choices. How can a defense cover 3 creators at the same time without leaving someone unguarded? As the game moved forward, the outcome became more and more obvious. Team USA remained in control and never allowed the score to get close. Even in earlier games where criticism appeared online, the team still managed its opponents comfortably. The difference in this matchup was the overall rhythm. The offense looked more fluid, the rotations seemed more logical, and several of the younger players shared the floor together. Fans had been asking to see those younger stars play in the same lineup, and moments like this showed exactly why. The tempo felt quicker, the ball movement looked sharper, and the energy remained high. By the time the final moments arrived, the result had already been settled. The scoreboard reflected the dominance, but the larger story was the chemistry growing between these young stars. If Caitlin keeps delivering precise passes, if Paige continues scoring with that calm confidence, and if teammates keep spreading the floor, one major question remains. Could this core group become the future of Team USA basketball as the next Olympic cycle approaches? The final buzzer confirmed the 93-59 victory, but the conversation quickly shifted away from the score and back to something fans had been debating all week. The internet had spent days arguing about a brief moment involving Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. A short clip had circulated everywhere. People slowed it down, replayed it repeatedly, and turned it into a story about tension and disrespect. But once the game against Italy unfolded, that entire argument suddenly looked pointless. Caitlin and Angel clearly celebrated together on several plays. High fives appeared again and again as teammates rotated in and out of the lineup. The moment the camera showed them celebrating, the reaction inside the arena felt obvious. Of course, teammates congratulate each other after good plays. That is normal basketball behavior. Yet the online discussion had turned that small moment into something far bigger than it actually was. Was there ever a real issue between them in the first place? Watching the game made the answer seem simple. The players moved forward quickly and kept competing together like teammates chasing the same result. That change became even clearer during several sequences throughout the game. Paige Bueckers created one of the biggest plays when she jumped into a passing lane and grabbed a steal. She pushed the ball ahead to Angel Reese, and suddenly the defense had to respond quickly. Instead of forcing the play herself, Angel looked for Caitlin and swung the ball to her during the transition. That simple choice suddenly changed the entire rhythm of the possession. Caitlin's presence suddenly pulled the defense outward, and the ball movement created space for everyone on the court. That kind of quick passing highlighted the difference from the previous game that fans had been debating online. The ball moved freely. Players trusted one another, and the offense looked fluid. Was that not exactly what everyone had been hoping to see? When the ball travels from teammate to teammate and everyone gets involved, the offense becomes far more difficult to defend. That is precisely what happened during several stretches of the Italy game. Another detail stood out during the night. Caitlin made sure to celebrate every good moment with her teammates. Whether it was a screen from Angel, a pass from Paige Bueckers, or a defensive play from Jackie Young, Caitlin made a point to acknowledge every player on the floor.
My opinion, even if they do hate each other, who cares? At the same time, obviously, Caitlin ran out of her way to high-five Angel Reese in game 1. And you saw it today where it was even Jackie Young ignored Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark made sure no matter what, in every single scenario, she high-fived every single player on the team, no matter what, because of the BS nonsense last week.
Nearly every significant play was accompanied by high fives. Without someone having to say it aloud, the message was obvious. What transpired on the court was unaffected by the noise from the prior week. Rather, the emphasis remained on winning basketball and collaboration. And the outcome was evident on the scoreboard when that strategy was paired with Caitlin's deft drives, Paige's scoring touch, and Angel's powerful presence inside. By the conclusion of the evening, the victory appeared to be growing while the dispute from the previous week appeared to be diminishing. After this performance, the only true question that remains is straightforward. Who will stop this bunch if they keep moving the ball in this manner? Team USA's match against Italy got out to a poor start, but as soon as Caitlin Clark took charge of the offense, everything changed. She is such a powerhouse, as one play demonstrated. Caitlin discovered Paige Bueckers cutting to the basket after driving into the lane and drawing the defense in. Paige completed with a flawless layup after the flawless pass. It was the type of play that appears straightforward but requires precise time and teamwork. Paige read the play before it even started, running to the appropriate location each time Caitlin had the ball.